You know, you really don't have to do this. No, it's fine. Just tell us how it works. Well, you kind of just recap the entire NFL season. The whole thing? Okay, that's not too bad. And it has to rhyme. Rhyme? There's no way. There's no way I can do it. It's really okay, you don't have to. One moment, please. Bruce, what's the matter with you? I can't do it, Springsteen. It's the Eagles. Now, you listen here, Bruce. You remember those books that we didn't read in school? No, neither do I. But I remember the teacher saying something about loss of innocence a lot. So I just said that for every book that we were supposed to read. Did that work? Yup, even for Moby Dick. The one about the whale? Yeah, I never handed the paper in, but my teacher said it was outstanding. So I assume it's a coming-of-age story about an albino sperm whale. Sperm whale? Oh, so that's why it's called Moby... Never mind. Springsteen, what's your point? I can just go. Just need one more minute. My point is that if we don't tell him this story, he's gonna end up like Moby Dick. He's gonna turn into a whale? No. He's gonna lose his innocence. Oh. So we gotta do this. Okay, let's do it. I guess you could call me Ishmael. I don't understand the reference. 'Twas the night before Super Bowl LVII. Between the Chiefs and Fly, Eagles, Fly. I give up, I can't do it. Bruce! Fine, but somebody tell me what number it is. I don't know Roman numerals. It's 50 what? 7. Thank you. Which is the same amount of points that you scored against the Eagles in the divisional round. I swear to God, Springsteen. Okay, I'll take over here. How about we just start with the AFC? Good idea. The Browns, you can just skip them. Turned a lot of smiles upside down. Were they ever smiling in Cleveland? Anyway, the Browns made a trade, and their fans cried. The Broncos did too, for a QB who yelled, "Let's ride." Oh, yes, they did. And turns out he was very limited. Are you gonna let him tell the story? Bruce. I'm just saying your rhyme sounded just fine to me. Sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. It's fine. The Texans lost the #1 overall pick because they couldn't get out of their own way. And the Colts, well, they hired Jeff Saturday. Couldn't win on a Saturday either. The Raiders, well, they're trying to sell their car. Meanwhile, the Jaguars, without the grinder, they made it pretty far. Who's the grinder? Meyer. Wiener? Yeah, that's what he did the grinding with. The Titans were winning, but then lost 7 in a row. And the Chargers, well, they never met a lead that they couldn't blow. Only one who blew harder was Todd Downing into that breathalyzer. The Ravens were short a yard in the wild card. Meanwhile, the Patriots, with Matt Patricia on their offense, were left scarred. Just like the Lions. The Dolphins made the playoffs with a kick and kept the Steelers out. Who did they beat? I don't know what you're talking about. See, he antagonizes. The Jets had a great draft, but are currently on QBfinder.com because their current QB can't stop banging moms. It's an addiction. The Bills, well, they couldn't go all the way this time. Again. And now they're sitting at home wondering if they can't win a Super Bowl now, then when? I feel like I've heard that story before. Yeah, it's the same thing every year. Oh. The Bengals talked up their game like they were a real player, but now they're gonna wind up impeaching their mayor. Kitty goes, ow. So that leaves Patrick Mahomes, the reigning MVP, who will head to the Super Bowl and represent the AFC. Okay, I'm done. Like the Giants. What? I said it's your turn. The Bears got the #1 overall pick, thanks to Lovie Smith. And the Rams being good this year? Turns out that was just a myth. Stafford still has the same amount of rings as Rodgers. Huh? Sorry, old habit. The Seahawks made the playoffs and got a top 5 pick. Meanwhile, the Commanders were the only team not to make the postseason in the East, because they suck more than a tick. good job keeping it PG-13. The Buccaneers were bad, and Tom's last season ended in disgrace. But I'm still keeping a wooden stake nearby, just in case. He can't hurt you anymore, Springsteen. That's what you said last year. The 49ers, well, they had some trouble at QB. They started off with QB1, but then went to QB2, and then QB3. But they still beat the Cowboys, so we're all happy. You took my favorite part. Oh, sorry. Do you want to restart? No, it's fine. I was just going to say something about how they broke the Cowboys' heart. Now that's art. In the NFC South, the Saints, Falcons, and Panthers all could have won. And when asked if that division has any good teams, the answer is none. The only good Cardinals last year were in the MLB, and the Lions, they roared back, keeping the Packers out of the playoffs by beating them 16-20. If you don't mind, can I do the Packers? It's just my favorite part. Sure, just make it quick, because this pizza bagel's in the oven. They're already gone. What? Nothing? The Green Bay Packers didn't show up in week 1. I guess no one had told them that their season had begun. They won a few games, but then were super bad because the Vikings took all the luck that they had. The Packers kept losing their season almost complete, and questions started forming. Is Aaron Rodgers still elite? Then they won a few games and gained some heat, only for their season to end in another January defeat, and now their QB is on a 4-day darkness retreat. Springsteen, are we sure this isn't M&M? And no, I don't mean the candy. Sorry, I didn't mean to compete. I just had a long receipt, and couldn't retreat from the chance to call them obsolete, because I had to look at Rodgers' feet. And now, it's just so sweet, watching every throw he does be incomplete. Damn. The Vikings, to the surprise of no one, were frauds, and the Giants defeated them. This is where everybody applauds. And then they lost, but we could skip that part. And now the stupid Eagles are in the Super Bowl, which is basically a wet... Exactly. Not bad. Not bad at all. But can you talk more about the Eagles? Oh no. Absolutely not.